What's going on, youth workers? Paul Turner here from the discipleproject.net, and welcome to the Coach's Corner, where I answer 3 questions about youth ministry you might need to know the answers to. And you might ask, well, why do I need coaching? Well, coaching is great for 3 things. Accountability, where you say, wow, I'm going to have to share what I've been doing and be accountable for my decisions that I'm making. Number 2, fresh perspective. Somebody else gets to look at it with a fresh set of eyes. And I would like to take these 30-year-old youth ministry eyes and look at your youth ministry and give you some insight if you'd like it. And number 3, you need somebody to be your biggest fan, and I will be your biggest fan. I will encourage you. I will develop you. I will help you get to where you want to go as a youth worker. All right, let's go ahead and jump into today's questions. Question number 1. How do you recruit and train youth ministry volunteers? Well, let me start with this. When I go to a church, everybody, I decide from the day one, everybody is on my team. Everybody. The pastor's on my team, the board's on my team. Even if they're not on paper, they are, right? I have to change hearts and minds to get them on my team. But on paper, everybody's on my team. The secretaries, the maintenance guy, they're all on my team, because if I treat them like they're not on my team, that is not going to help me in the future. So I would say it's, first of all, step 1, change the mentality and say, look, everybody's on my team. And then I have to go about changing hearts and minds. Now, in the traditional fashion, you say, well, how do I build a team to be and do the actual youth work? Well, I think that's the other part of that, is you have to ask yourself, how many people do I really need in the room to run the meeting? Well, if you need 3 people or 4 people, then get 3 or 4 people, maybe with 1 extra, but don't go overboard. Don't get 20 people if you only need 4 people. And those extra people, like I said, everybody's on your team. And if that's the philosophy, then guess what? Not everybody that has to do the actual youth work, right? You don't need 20 people there to play the game. You don't need 20 volunteers to set up chairs. You don't need all that. What you do need is you need people on your team who are going to help with things like resources, like if they have a boat you can use, or a hunting lodge or something like that. So you have people like that on your team to help you do that. So I think you have to first and foremost say, what does my youth ministry need? How many do they need? And what does their DNA need to be? So that is a quick answer to how do you recruit and train? Number 1, it's in the mind. Everybody's on my team. And number 2, shoot for what you absolutely need plus 1 more. That's my thoughts on that. Number 2, how can I differentiate between teams? If I'm doing a team activity, if I'm doing a multi-week deal where maybe, I have to have certain teams. Well, t-shirts is the obvious answer, but there are other ways you can do that. You can do bandanas. You can do wristbands. You can do like really cool necklaces. You could go cheap and just do name tags. There's all kinds of ways to differentiate teams. Have them make their own flag. Make a flag, and that way you know where those teams are. You could just do a color, right? It could just be, some sort of markings on the face or on the arms or something like that. That's just super simple, that doesn't cost a lot of money. And then you're able to quickly identify, by the war paint maybe, that team has. So choose some of those ideas and go really cheap. And then the third thing is kind of a funny question, but should youth pastors be paid, or should youth workers do the work out of goodwill? I understand where the question is coming from. It's like, well, listen, it begs the question then, should teachers be paid? I'm pretty sure teachers should be paid. My wife was a teacher for 14 years, and I'm glad she got paid. And I understand that the altruistic nature of the question, that if it's God's work, shouldn't we go ahead and just do it for free? Well, the problem with that is that the Bible doesn't justify doing work for free. The Apostle Paul said, look, if you don't work, you don't eat. And guess what? In order for youth workers to eat, they must work. So there's a test there. There's a baseline of getting reward for doing the ministry and for doing God's work. So if you think youth workers should do it for free, you should try to do it for free and see if you are fulfilled or not. I'm going to say not. All right. That is it for today, guys. I want to thank you guys for joining me today. Once again, if you are interested in coaching, I would love to be your coach. Link down in the description below. But if you're brand new here, thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you being here. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button. Let me know you like the video and you want more of them. And subscribe. If you're not a subscriber yet, hit the subscribe button and you'll get videos like this in your inbox on a regular basis. So that's it for today, guys. And I'll catch you guys in the next Coach's Corner. Have a great day.